Hello and welcome to another beer review with your host Jonathan Brown, and I've got a Belgian beer here which I've never tried before but everybody else seems to have had, so I'm looking forward to this because I've had good reports that it's a belter of a beer. So we are going to the Belgian city of Ghent for this, and we have the Gulden Draak 9000 Quadruple. There you go, boys and girls, lovely jubbly. Coming in at a mighty 10.5% ABV. There you go. Now, did a little bit of research on this. If I'm wrong, murder me in the comments. Now, 9000 Quadruple. Now, it's the title of this beer, what they called it. It's just in homage to the city of Ghent, because I've noticed that it was named after the Gulden Draak. There is a statue on top of the clock tower in Ghent in Belgium, which is, I think, is a golden dragon. Hence that is Golden Dragon, and I think it's named after that. And the 9000, I think, is it to do with the postcode again? Not too sure. Murder me in the comments on this, because I think they named it after where they brew it. It says strong Belgian amber ale specialty beer of high fermentation and with secondary fermentation. I think the secondary fermentation is done with wine yeast. I'm just looking here. Yes. Bit like the Pirat, they've used Bordeaux wine yeast for this. So yeah, never had this before. Lots of people going on to me about how good it is. Well, there's only one way to find out, isn't there? Crack the bugger open and give it a go yourself. So there we go, a little bit of CO2 smoke there. There is a quite snazzy crown, Gulden Draak 9000. So let's whack her in like we do. And 10.5, it's going to be a belt, it's going to give big head, it's given big head. There you go. I do love these big heads on Belgian beers. Beautiful looking, really compacted. It looks a work of art. Loads of minuscule bubbles in that. You know, kind of like a trickle of carbonation going up. It is kind of like, it is amber. There's nothing else, you know. Can't get away from that. The head's going down. See if I can get more of her in. See what we get from the sweet grape, red grape. You do get the essence of strength. You do get the essence. You get baker's dough. It smells wonderful. It smells a cracker. So let's top her up. She's all in. Now, I do love my Belgian beers. Who doesn't? And you know, I'm finding that they're a little bit more accessible these days, because this one here was in part of a pack from Lidl. It kind of like, I was kind of like astounded that, you know, you go to a supermarket like Lidl in the UK, and you know, it's quite easy to get hold of them now. And yeah, so this is best served at 8 degrees centigrade. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to this. I'm just kind of like waiting for the head to dissipate down. So she's kind of like dissipated down. She looks more like an orange glow on it, more than anything else. Nice big bubbles. You do get a hint of spice there, cinnamon. Little hint of herb as well, I would say. Parsley, rosemary on top of that. It smells nice. So boys and girls, cheers. I'm going in. Get in. First off, you get the strength. Easy. There's a nice, pleasant, sweet, dare I say, sherbet hint at the front end. It kind of like goes into kind of like a red grape sweetness, which you would associate with a beer which has been fermented with wine yeast, and you're getting a lovely hint of cherry. You're getting the doughness there, the yeast is coming out. It feels solid, it feels strong. You know, as strong as a rock, really. So someone's put a rock in your glass. A strange one. On the back end, it stays sweet. It's quite pleasant. Very much a sipping beer. It's a beer, you know, I say it time and time again, it's a beer that take your time over, because of its strength as well. I think, you know, any people out there who've never had a Belgian beer before and they want to drink it, you know, Belgian beer, they're in small bottles. I can crack them open, love them with me Fosters. Yeah, rightio. Yeah, it's a nice beer, a nice quad. Now it says quad. Now for me, quads, Trappist Rochefort 10 is about a Westie 12. That's great. You know, the Trap quads. I think is it the St Bernardus 12. Where does it rate amongst all the other, excuse me, quads, if you want to call it that? Well, compared to the Rochefort for me, Trappist Rochefort 10 for me is the best quad I've ever had. I don't think there's another quad what touches it for me. The Westie 12 for me, I think you have to age it to appreciate it. There's no point getting one and not. I'm just drinking it straight away. I think if you buy a Westie 12, age it. I think I would age it for 5 years even. The La Trappe quad, well, it's a pretty good quad. It's alright, I enjoyed that. The Bernardus was nice as well. Where does it rate with all the others? I think for me the Gulden Draak rates amongst more towards the Bernardus for me. It rates towards the back end of the quads for me. I still think that the Rochefort 10 is the best Belgian beer ever. I'll start a debate now. I tell you what, I'll start a debate amongst you boys and girls out there. Which is the best Belgian quad you've ever had? For me, it's the Rochefort 10. It is a belt of a quad. It stands above everything else for me. This one is still certainly good. But it's not as smooth, not as refined. I'm getting the carbonation is giving it a rough edge, you know, for all them beautiful sweet sherbety, maybe doughy raisin type of flavours. The carbonation is giving it a bit of a rough ride for me, but saying that, it's still a damn good, fine beer. You can't go wrong with that. So boys and girls, it's a pleasure bringing you this Gulden Draak 9000 Quadruple. Highly recommend that. It's still a fantastic beer. Fantastic. One more for the road. What am I, 10 minutes in? maybe a hint of peach, apricot to go with it, but damn fine. So boys and girls, thank you for watching this review. Please subscribe, murder me in the comments, and as always, you all stars, every one of you, every one of you, give up time to watch the likes of me. See you boys and girls on my next one, so cheers.